Hello, welcome to the video. My name is Payal Das. In this video, my team members Shilpa, Yash and I are going to discuss a project in brief. Our project title is Customer Churn Prediction. Churn is the rate at which customers stop doing business with an entity. It is most commonly expressed as the percentage of service subscribers who discontinue the subscription within a given period of time. Let us understand why is customer churn important. Customer churn is an important metric because lost customer is equal to lost revenue. If a company loses enough customer, it can have a serious impact on its bottom line. Another reason it's critical to improve customer retention and reduce churn is that it's generally more expensive to find new customers than it is to keep the existing ones. So, companies that lose customers aren't just losing the revenue from those customers, they are also stuck with the high cost of finding new customers. No matter how good a company's product or service may be, it's essential that they monitor the customer churn rate. Once businesses know and understand the churn rate, they can work on finding the way to bring it down. We have selected a dataset of an internet service provider from Kaggle for the month of January 2021. The dataset has customer information consisting of binary, numerical, as well as categorical data types. The churn variable is a binary data type which makes the customer as churned if they have not returned to the company within 3 months of concluding the last service. This is the data dictionary containing all the data sets, all the variables in the dataset. Now, let us look into the code implementation of our project, shall we?
Let's look into the data pre-processing and the exploratory data analysis for our project. This is the code we would be applying for our project. Now, this all are the libraries, and we would be performing data pre-processing like filling null values with the average and understanding the data, the categorical variables and all. So after this, the main process is understanding our data with the help of data visualization, or better known as exploratory data analysis. So this is the contract type, customers by contract type, number of customers in this particular contract type. And in our project, EDA is very important because it helps us to understand our data set in much easier way. And now this is the overall churn rate. As we know, or we already know what churn rate is. Now this is one of the most important graphs in our project. Here we can see the churn rate by contract type, that is the customers who have opted for month to month. Among those customers, 57.3% have not churned, but 42.7% have cancelled or churned out from the company. And on the other side, if we look at the 2-year contract type, we can see that 97.2% customers are not churning out. They are still with the company, but only 2.8% have churned. In this, we can analyze, we can interpret that customers who are opting for higher contract type, like 2-year contract type, have much less probability of churning out, but those who apply for month to month have a greater probability to churn. And next would be churn rate by payment method. This is the similar graph. Now this is the correlation with churn rate, which is, as we can see, tenure has the most correlation, negative correlation. Now negative correlation means longer the tenure, lesser the churn. So it has a negative correlation with churn rate. Similarly, monthly total charges also have a negative correlation. You can see these are the heat maps to understand the correlation better, so that we know what variables to apply to check the probability of churn. Now this is the churn. As we can see, this EDA explores, like it explains us how our data works. As we can see, this is the collinearity between monthly and total charges, and as you can see, they are pretty collinear. So we would be dropping dropping that column from our data set, as we can see that's going on. This is the code we would be applying for our project. Now let's look into the model training and model evaluation.
So after dividing our data into training and testing set, we remove the identifiers, do some feature scaling to bring the variables into our same scale. We make a list of models and define them. We are using logistic regression, SVC, kernel SVM, KNN, Gaussian NBB, decision tree classifier, and random forest. After defining these parameters, we apply these models on our training set. We use the ROC curve and the box plot to see the accuracy of these graphs. After checking the accuracy, we fit these models on our training set, and then we check the accuracy of these models. Through the accuracy, you can see that 0.803 is the highest for the logistic regression. So the model which is giving us best results is the logistic regression. So we go with logistic regression. After choosing the logistic regression, we make a variable called y underscore pred, where we predict on our x underscore test variable. After predicting, we check the accuracy using the y test and y pred, which is the predicted values and the actual values. We plot a confusion matrix, which is this, and it says that the model is performing fairly good. So after we have seen that it is predicting right, we use a function predict underscore proba. This gives us a probability of a customer of how much is the propensity of him to churn in the coming months, which is the probability. So we, through the predict proba, we will get a probability of a customer to churn in the coming months, and we also print the feature importances, which is the importance or the essentialness of a variable. We get these coefficient, and then what we do is just add this predicted propensities to our data set. That's it. We have done some hyperparameter tuning as well, and that hyperparameter tuning has helped us to improve our confusion matrix results. So after that is done, we predict the probabilities and concat it into our data set to give the output to the final end user. That's it in this project. Thank you so much.